Hello, welcome to a new video. This is the first video made for Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, and I want to make something different. It's not a normal 1v1 game style, but it's more like a narrative, a plot, a story if you want to call that way. And today, the story is on Joe, a small person from a small village, and he decided to make an empire. A land just for himself. Joe, the son of the village, has decided to explore the lands. He has found cows to send back to his home, to the village, to provide supplements to his people. He has found berries, valuable resource to provide food and nourishment for his people. He sees the green landscape and is awed at the beauty. He has found two boars near his food. They are dangerous. They are not to be meddled with. He knows that those boars have a lot of food, but he also knows that these people are not trained and not prepared to deal with those boars. He found the forest near his land, and now he's unsure what's the next steps. He imagines a future for his village, where the gold is mined, the stone is mined, food is in plenty, and he wants to flourish. He wants it all. He can already see a future when everything belongs to him, and only him. He is not satisfied. He has big dreams. Dreams that must be taken. Future that must be fought. Joe saw from the distance someone that went to hunt the boar without his agreement. The village is under attack. It's under siege. And someone paid the price. But not the one who started it all. Joe is angry. Joe must find a way to release his tense anger, his big anger. So he travels far, and he found in the village a rival, an opponent. They also hunted boars. Joe is afraid. Joe knows that he must fight. He must take control. The land must not be, he must take this land. He will not allow any adversaries in this land. There can only be one ruler for this land. He scouts the opponent. Joe sends word to his land, to his village. He tells them, gather the meat of the boar, prepare to hunt another boar, prepare to make weapons, prepare the land, because we have an opponent, we have a rival. An opponent scout has whizzed through the land. The opponent scout has frightened the woman. She could not move, and the boar took revenge for his sibling. Even boars have values. Not many cows remain. However, revenge was taken on the raiding scout. Joe feels happy, feels satisfied that he took revenge. And now the people will fill their stomach with the fatty juices of the boar. Joe has called for action. He demanded an army to be constructed, made from scouts, a raiding party worthy of action. Joe has continued to scout. He now knows that the opponent is gathering berries at the east. He knows that the opponent is gathering wood by the west. And soon, an army opposing our land, opposing our village, will be constructed. But not without our resistance. We will take march. We will engage. He called the army. A group, alone free scouts, have reached their berries. The first blood has been spilled. The second blood has been spilled. Joe feels that he has the advantage, but the opponent has walled off the preparation. Joe is relentless. He is not stopping. He is trying to find the entrance. And there is one. The opponent did not manage to do it in time. A massive army, worthy of Joe's ambition, is taking lead and ravaging the opponent's land, showing dominance, controlling the only entrance to his base. Joe decrees more armies to be sent from the land. More and more scouts are coming to the land. The people are working tirelessly, expanding the economy, creating stronger armies, and soon archery is going to be constructed. Archers will be sent into the land. Joe is expectant support. More and more raids on the opponent's land. However, a mistake occurred. Joe made a misjudgment. He went too much close to the opponent's land, and lost a hefty amount of his army. Injured and weak, Joe retreats. But he did not understand the danger of a pointy man. A man with a spear is stronger than a horse with a sword. Or a man on a horse and a sword, but you get the point. Anyway, now Joe's army is dead. And Joe is on the hill, watching, waiting to take revenge for his men, for his brothers that have fallen. The land is preparing for the new battle. Armory, forging a stronger arrows, forging better armor is underway. The blacksmith is working tirelessly to make better weapons, better equipment, just for the best. Joe has a lot of requests. We must construct walls, he said. Joe demanded that people rise to make walls. A wall deserving of, well, Joe ambition. A long wall. A big wall. Joe's wall is about to be constructed. The last segment, and it's done. Now, Joe's village is protected. There is no entrance inside. No one leaves and no one enters without Joe's decree. Joe has amassed an army of archers and a small raiding party of scouts. At this time, Joe noticed the opponent has walled completely. There is no entrance. The opponent, however, is weakened by the engage of the last raid. Joe feels confident that now that he is advanced in the next stage, he may take the opponent. Joe takes on the advantage of the next stage, upgrades his archers into crossbowmen, upgrades his army of scouts into light scouts. His economy is booming. He's constructing more town centers. He relentlessly demands more population, more workers to his armies. He demands a bigger army, and that requires resources. A large amount of resources. He must boom. He must increase production. Soon, his mighty army will be sent into combat. Joe's army is on the way. They are going into combat. Joe decreed that they must find a way inside, disrupt the economy, bring revenge to our brothers. The first attack was successful. We have revenged. We have took down 3 of his economy, 3 workers. He has no gold. His mine is not working. We're burning the palisades. But wherever there are scouts, the scouts are injured. The spearmen have increased in number. They have multiplied. The opponent is wise to create spearmen. However, our cavalry are stronger. They are faster. And our archers are stronger. The opponent has gotten a stronger spearmen. That's the matter. Can he manage to defend his base? It would appear not. A massacre worthy of our army. Worthy of Joe's ambition. The wood line on the west and on the north is not producing. The gold on the southwest is not producing. Workers on the northeast. It's not working. The opponent land is cornered. He's besieged from all directions. He has no income, no resources to his land. Soon, he'll be out of his where. Soon, victory will be upon Joe. Soon he will siege. Soon he will have rams. Joe demands more armies to get into the land. Reinforcements of scouts are going to the land. You notice that they have only one food. They have 1 plus 4, and that's the food. Joe has constructed a monastery. He demanded that monks will collect the relics. We must burn the blacksmith, the opponent, prevent them from producing stronger weapons for his army. The opponent has decided it's time to fight. He sent all of his large army of spearmen. Joe decreed escape, but fire while doing so. Our army is stronger. Our army is relentless. And a massacre. A big massacre. We are trapped. We must fight until the end. It would appear that the opponent is not resistant. It might be the end. A massacre. A huge massacre. I don't believe this. Joe said to himself. I managed to win. I conquered the land. The opponent decided to surrender to Joe. The land belongs to Joe. Everything belongs to Joe. Joe's empire grew beyond what he expected. He became a huge land put under his control. And Joe is happy, but he's not satisfied. He wants more. More lands. More beyond. He wants to go to the beyond. But the beyond is a dark abyss. Can he go beyond the abyss and find what he's looking for? They say, if you look into the abyss, the abyss looks into you. Or so I heard. Okay. Anyway, so that's the story of Joe. He started a humble village and grew into an empire. Hello. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, consider subscribing to my channel, liking, commenting, and all the good stuff. I really appreciate it. And well, have a good day. See ya.